Think about it even before that, like me to you,
Right.
you know? I mean, I didn't have like a cell phone. You guys had flip phones, like
Yeah,
it
like the
was,
pay-as-you-go
I mean, we
T-Mobiles.
had we had pagers and I didn't even have a pager, but that was like the
Yeah.
thing for us. You had to find a payphone, which are non-existent anymore. So
I remember when we first, because texting wasn't even really like a thing
no.
until I was probably in high school. And even then, it wasn't a big thing. I remember my first phone where I could text, but we didn't because you had to pay for
Oh
like,
yeah.
there wasn't
You
like an
only got so
unlimited thing. You had to
many.
like pay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like the Razor flip phone
Uh-huh.
that everyone thought was like so cool.
Yep.
And it was literally like,
We had
now looking at it, it's just like
it
ancient.
didn't
But
do
you
anything.
had it didn't do
It's not a
anything except you could
smartphone.
kind of text. Yeah, you could
Have to hit the
like
letters
record a
or the
sound
numbers
for
like
your ringtone. Oh yeah, like three or
three or
four
four times to
times.
get a
Yeah.
letter. Yeah, and the ringtones, that's right. You
Yep.
could always do the ringtones.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Hi everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of She's Got It Together. I'm your host, Jessica.
And I'm Samantha. Each week we peel back the curtain on what it really looks like to have it together.
From the messy moments to the milestones, we're here to share it all.
So grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's dive into today's topic. Tell us your story, Jessica.
Oh, my story started with, I guess, getting married to my high school sweetheart after, gosh, how many years were we together before that?
10
Probably longer than that. Let's see.
crazy people.
Eighth grade would have been the first time we kind of locked eyes.
Who meets their soulmate in 8th grade? Not many.
Not many. No,
Not many.
no, definitely not. So, okay. So we did that. Married at 25, engaged at 24. Yes.
I was in your wedding.
You were only 19.
17.
Oh no, you were 17. That's right.
No, I was 17.
That's
Yeah.
right. Because you and Sid got to have the little taste of wine before
Of the champagne.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's what we did. We had champagne. That was.
I know.
You're.
We were like, right before you went and got married, we did a little champagne toast. And I remember they just handed us a glass and Sid and I looked at each other like, all right, we'll ride this wave.
I
mean, everybody else in this wedding party is over 25 or whatever.
Yes.
So,
No.
yeah, we rode that wave.
You guys were definitely the youngest. That was funny.
For sure.
Oh,
I remember
goodness.
dancing with DJ's friend, and I was just like, "This is
That was
so
his cousin.
Awkward."
That was his.
Oh yeah,
cousin.
cousin.
Didn't he hold his hand?
Yeah, he held my hand real weird, like up, like by my arm.
Very
like, I'm like,
but very like
what do I do?
official.
He was so
proper
sweet, very
and,
nice.
Yeah.
I'm sure he didn't enjoy dancing with us 17-year-olds either.
I was gonna say he was older than us, actually. So.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely.
30.
That's funny.
Anywho.
Yes. Anywho. Okay. And then let's see. Who did Sydney dance with? Oh, the other cousin. He was even older than that. Oh my goodness. So you two had like the oldest ones in.
We had the old men
The oldest.
and the young girls dancing together.
In the
How
wedding party.
dare you?
That's funny. Okay. All right. So anyways, married there. Year later, we had our first daughter, Hayden. And that was fun.
Was fun.
That was fun.
That's a curveball.
It was not a curveball. It was very much intended, but it was different in that, I guess, honeymoon phase that we were technically in, but because we'd been together so long, we just didn't feel like that was a real thing. So yeah.
I feel like that's how Brett and I were too.
Rushing.
We were together first.
Well, yeah, you
so
were
long.
longer. Yeah. And then you had plans immediately after.
Sure did.
Uh-huh. Yep.
I'll wait to share my story. Continue.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So let's see. After that, what did we do? 5 years later, had another daughter, Taylor. Just regular life though. You know, he worked as an electrician and what did I do? Oh, I finished my bachelor's degree in between that point. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I graduated from Central, Michigan. So, yeah, that's right.
We ended up graduating the same ish year.
The same year,
A year
different
apart.
quarter or
Yeah.
different halves or whatever.
Right.
Because that was the
Yeah.
goal. Like I wanted us all to be going together, but I think you guys went right
And we did the
after.
5th year,
Yeah.
or half a 5th
I was
year.
you guys have prolonged it longer than I wanted to. So
Yeah, we did by a year.
all right, let's go on. So yes, I purchased Ultimate Bundles after working there for about 5 years and own it now. We have all these other little ventures happening within it, but it's been quite a whirlwind and it's only been, what, a year and a half still? Feels like it's been eternity because it's just been so much.
Yeah.
But yes, very fun. Very, I don't know, being able to bring you on has been fun.
And now we have the podcast. So this is a whole nother venture. My story. All right. Well,
how deep you gonna go?
I don't know. I mean, you really went down the rabbit hole there, but I'm 33, married to my husband Brett, and we had our son Bo little over a year ago, so that's been fun. New mom. And then when I was pregnant, I started working for you.
Yeah.
I was a teacher. I taught pre-K for like 8 years, I think.
I forgot you were pregnant when you did that. For some reason, I thought it was before.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, the timing was perfect because I got pregnant in February. I think you bought the company in April.
I did.
And then it just like worked out that I didn't want to go back teaching, after I had Bo. So you just came to me, I think in July, and were like, hey, you want to work for me? I'm like, heck yes, I do. I can work from home. I don't have to go back teaching. Because during that time, I mean, if anybody listening is a teacher, I mean, it's rough. So props to all the teachers out there.
Definitely.
But yeah, so we had our son Bo recently. He just turned a year in October. So basically have just been navigating the new mom life, which has been fun, very challenging, but great, tiring. And then, we'll probably have some more here sometime soon. But I mean,
how many more?
On the one.
How many more are we going for?
Brett wants 3.
That's an odd number.
Well, there's 3 of us growing up because, fun fact, I am in fact a twin.
Yeah.
I have a twin sister. We have a sister named Sydney who
doesn't look anything like her.
Is also in the mix. Yeah, she's we're fraternal, so we don't look alike. But Brett wants 3. And there was 3 of us growing up. There's 3 of him.
But
and,
you know what? When you go on
up.
rides and everything else,
I know
you've got that odd man kind of thing.
There's the odd one. I know. I don't know. So we'll see. I'm going to see what happens after the second one, if we can, if we're so lucky to have a second one, and then decide. But 3 would be the max. But I'm kind of at the 2, and then we'll see what happens after that. But
so is it going to be if you get a girl, then you'll stop, or?
No, I don't think so. And quite frankly, I would be great with all boys. I know how I was as, a kid and just the tood and I just don't do well with the drama. So I would be fine with all boys. And, we already have a boy name.
I was terrified of boys. I was so happy I had girls. I had a panic attack with Taylor thinking that she was a boy and I was going to
I don't know.
lose my mind.
I mean, I was just, I have great girlfriends. I don't have a lot, but I just have not been, I'm just not the,
in high school, you were not, it wasn't all about the girls. You had boys that were just friends.
Yeah.
I mean,
I had really good friends that were guys. They weren't boyfriends, they were just friends that were boys. I had, my really good girlfriends, but I wasn't, cliquey. Yeah. I mean, I was a cheerleader and I did dance and all that, but it wasn't like you were this drama filled. We were we had our own little group of friends. Me and my friends that were cheerleaders, we weren't a part of the drama. Half of the squad, we were our own little thing. We all got along great, but stay away from that drama. And I just, all the girl stuff. I was a tomboy growing up. You remember?
You were.
It's just not my jam. So I'm good with the boys.
No Barbies for you.
Boys, but I mean, we did.
You did.
We had the American Girl
You
dolls
did
and
play
all that. We
Barbies, yeah.
did. I mean, it's not like I don't like girl things. It's just
Yeah.
I'd rather go to like the football game or the baseball game. And of course, I could still do that with my girl if I have one, but And maybe when they're older though, I'll be like, oh, I wish I had a girl to go to like girl trips with, or go to like Traverse City and drink wine like we do with Mom.
I'll let you know when they're older. I don't know. I'm not feeling it just yet.
You're in like the thick of it now.
I
You
am.
got like 2 teenagers pretty much. I mean, Taylor acts like a teenager and she's 10.
Hormonal teenagers, yes. Well, 15 is the new, I think, 18 right now. She acts like Hayden.
Yeah,
Hayden
I mean, my God.
She's just crazy.
I feel like I would not survive in middle school or high school with this generation.
It's totally different.
I mean, I just look back.
Totally.
It's so different. The clothes, the attitude, just like the technology, everything. I mean, I would not survive. I was like collecting stuffed animals still, I feel like, and was just
Beanie Babies, I think, were like the thing then still. I mean, but then think about it. So 9-year gap between you and I. Think about it even before that, like me to you.
Right.
I mean, I didn't have like a cell phone. You guys had flip phones, like.
Yeah, like the pay-as-you-go T-Mobile.
I mean, we had pagers, and I didn't even have a pager, but that was like the thing for us. You had to find a payphone, which are non-existent anymore. So
I remember when we first, because texting wasn't even really like a thing.
No.
Until I was probably in high school, and even then, it wasn't a big thing. I remember my first phone where I could text, but we didn't because you had to pay for there wasn't
you
like
only
an
got so
unlimited
many.
thing. You had to like pay.
Yeah.
It was like the Razor flip phone that everyone thought was like so cool, and it was literally like now looking at it, it's just like ancient.
It didn't do anything.
It didn't do anything except you could kind of text. Yeah, you could
have to hit the
like
letters
record a
or the numbers
for your ringtone. Oh yeah, like
3 or 4 times to get a letter. Yeah, and the ringtones. That's right. You could always do the ringtones.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
But I remember Sid got in so much trouble because she was texting her boyfriend at the time, and it's when the bills came.
I remember
paper bills came.
This conversation,
and it was this thick. It was like the book thickness of all of the exchanges. I don't think it said what they said, but it had the
time and the number. I feel like where it came from. Yeah.
And I remember my dad just like lifting it up, and all of the paper like fell down, and he's like, Sydney, like they had to pay like I think an extra like $300 or something for all of the texts that she sent. But she didn't really know or think about it. Him texting my boyfriend.
It was only a word or two each time too. It's not like you're texting like a paragraph and like there's substance to this content. It's like
you gotta take advantage of that. Make a text paragraph and then.
Wow.
Oh my God.
That's funny. Okay, so now that we've really aged ourselves.
For sure.
Yeah.
So what sparked the idea to kick off the podcast? She's Got It Together.
Well, I think our lives probably sparked it.
I agree.
I mean, there's a lot going on, a lot of things going on, like with ultimate bundles and living ultimately and all of that. But really, since you've been on board, we've kind of found this niche-ish kind of thing. I mean, I don't know if like moms and mom life are really a niche. In my mind, I feel like that contains so many different pieces. There's so many arms to it. You've got, the health. You've got, your entrepreneurship and just things like that. So, but this is where we can kind of talk about it all. We can get it all out, like everything that's happening with us, what we're struggling with, what we're having fun with, and hopefully we find some solutions to our problems along the way, not just talk about the craziness. That is the goal after all. But yeah, so this is something that will be really relatable to everyone, and hopefully you'll find us just nutty enough, because we can get pretty nutty.
Please don't hate us if we just quote movies a majority of the time.
Oh my goodness, that's funny. Hopefully you've all watched.
I feel like a lot of this did I hope I think a lot of this did just kind of come from it's just like
Mhm.
you and I talking about work and,
Yeah.
the kids and balance and it's like I feel like other people would benefit,
Hmm.
from this too. And we just kind of are almost using it as like an outlet, but also hoping to help other moms and mompreneurs or
Yeah.
whoever in the process.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's so many of us. There's
Yeah.
so many of
And I know there
us.
are a lot of other podcasts out there, but you know what? Listen to this one because we are funny
We are. You
and
never
entertaining,
We're a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. So
It's very true.
it'll be an adventure every time you join us. All right.
So
So
look out,
Sam.
buckle up.
Yeah,
Yes.
right. Look out and
Yes.
buckle up. All right. So I want to know, I want you to share something quirky
Oh dear.
about yourself.
Quirky about me.
Yes.
What's not quirky about
That's
me?
that's
I
why
feel
I'm
like-
asking you this because I have so many
Well,
quirks.
I feel like it's hard to just like pick one. I'm sure my husband could tell you a bunch of things. One thing, like I did just mention, I feel like, especially like you and I and like our sister Sydney, we can literally hear somebody say something and then look at each other and quote a movie quote that goes perfectly with whatever they said. And we will
Yes.
look at each other and laugh because we already know like the quote that we're thinking of.
Yes.
So I feel like that's somewhat quirky, somewhat brilliant in my mind.
Yes, it is
because,
brilliant.
I mean, who?
But the movie, the time period for the movies is getting further
Any
and
time
further.
period.
See,
Yeah,
I feel
like we're aging ourselves.
we are aging, but I feel like those 90 movies were like, those
for sure.
were amazing.
Yeah.
Even-
80s, 90s,
Even
2000s-ish, but I mean after
early,
the
yeah.
mid 2000s, yeah, you've got me lost. There, I really new movies I don't
They don't have as much,
like.
I don't know, they're missing
They don't have the
something.
rom-coms
Yeah.
anymore. They're not as funny. Like they're just not like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mhm.
They're just not my jam. So I would just prefer to watch old movies.
Yeah, right, old movies.
From the 90s.
That's funny.
I mean, I guess that's kind of quirky, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like if Brett was here, he could tell you. I mean, I'm a list person. I just like prefer to make a list, even if I have to like
quirky.
just pick 3 things.
That's funny, but
I
you
don't
are
think
a
that
list.
is either.
That's funny. Yeah.
I love my lists.
All right.
What about you?
Oh.
Let's share your
no.
quirky tidbit
Oh, no.
for the listeners.
Well, I'd say the movie quotes for sure go right along with us here in our house. We do have some of the newer movies because of the youngins. But
True.
DJ
No
and
liar for them yet.
No, DJ and I go back and forth on movie quotes constantly. We talk in a different language sometimes. We just continue to quote, and yeah, the kids are like, "What the heck are you talking about?" Like they'll look at us and they're like, "That's from a movie, isn't it?" Like, yes, dear.
It is.
Yes,
and you know what?
It's not one you've seen, but
you'll learn something.
Yes, someday. Someday. Oh my gosh. You know what? My quirkiness, I think one of my worst, well, I guess it's not worst, but one of my biggest issues would be cupboard doors not being shut. I have to shut the cupboard doors. Like if they get left open.
Well, I feel like that's a hazard if they're not closed.
Well, you'd be surprised at how many people leave these hazards.
Well, that's true.
Wide open.
My kid's not like, well, he's almost walking, but he's not really, But you know what? If Brett leaves one open or something, it's just like
it's like you get something out of it and you leave it open. It's like the closet doors. Like they don't bother me as much, but cupboards in the kitchen or the bathroom, I will lose my mind. I will come in the morning, I will get up and DJ will have like made eggs and toast or something. So yes, the glass cupboard, he'll get a glass out, he'll leave it wide open, he'll go get the toaster, to pull that out of the cupboard, he'll leave it open. And this is like the only weird thing he does that really, the kids do it. I mean, Taylor does it. Taylor will literally walk through and look in something, keep it open. Go to the pantry, keep it open. Like, how hard is it to shut a cupboard? But okay, that's
really hard. Apparently
it is, and that it really angers me.
I did think of a quirky thing. It's more of like a pet peeve, but
Yeah, that's
I
probably what mine
hate
is too.
being bumped.
Oh, that's a good one. Yes. It's like
I hate being
the
bumped. Especially like in high school, I like the halls were so you're
yeah.
just constantly getting bumped. And I would look so pissed off all the
Uh-huh.
time because it just could not stand all these people bumping into me. And it was like,
I'm
not just that,
gliding
but like if
here.
somebody comes up and, yeah, if somebody comes up and just accidentally bumps me, that makes me so,
Mhm.
like, that type of bump, can't explain it. Like a quick brush bump type deal. I get so mad instantly. It drives me nuts. So I feel like that's definitely my quirky, quirky
That I
comment or
like that one.
quirky
That's
thing.
a good one. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think we
it's
just have
bad.
so many weird things.
I think
I
everybody does, though. Everybody's got their weird thing, their quirky thing, you know?
stuff that sets them off. Yeah.
Everybody's a freak in some way.
This is true. We like freaks. We're fun freaks. All right.
Oh,
So let's move on from our quirks and let's talk about what you do when you're not podcasting.
well, what do I do? Um, I feel like having a like 13-month-old takes up a lot of your time, which I love. So I'm definitely spending time with Bo and Brett. And like on the weekends, like we'll go up, to our family cottage a lot of the time. Fun fact, Brett and I met on the lake. Both of our families have cottages on the same lake, and we met in like, I don't know, ninth grade maybe.
See, you're not far
And
behind
yeah, but we didn't
us.
like, we were friends first. We didn't actually start dating until like after college. So, but still, we've known each other for like 16, 17 years now, probably. But, anyways, so we go up north a lot because our families both have cottages on the same lake. So that can be fun and tricky because we have to like bounce from cottage to cottage to
Yeah.
keep things fair. But so we go up north a lot. We just, run errands, do little fun things around town. Now, if I have a second to myself, which is very rare, especially like this season, like right now, Bo is being watched by my sister Sydney, and it was so weird coming home and like not having him here.
Without him.
Because
Yeah.
because normally when I'm working, he's like crawling all over me, or he's
He's
in
our
the other room or
mascot.
something. Yeah, he is. He loves being on Zoom.
I love it. Yeah.
But it's actually like I feel like I have so much uninterrupted time. I don't know what to do with myself. But if I did have some spare time, at least right now, I feel like I would love to just lay on the couch with like some hot chocolate and
Yes.
watch a Christmas movie. Like that to me right
Yeah.
now is like heavenly
Yeah.
sounding.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to do that all the time. And now I understand why people are saying you're going to miss those days or take advantage of it now, like for the next, until I die, probably. I will
You're not
never
quite that long.
get to do that until, well, maybe when I'm an empty nester or something. But it's just like, I
Oh.
would love to just curl up and watch a movie with like some hot chocolate. Like, when is the last time a 33-year-old has had hot chocolate? I have not had it. What? I lied. We went to that Crystal Kindle market.
Oh, yeah.
Chrisland market.
Yeah.
So cute. I did get the hot chocolate there because it came in a cute tiny little mug that you got to keep.
That was the one in
And
Chicago, right?
yes. Yeah,
Yeah. We
yeah.
went through
It's
there.
the
Yeah.
same thing but a little different. Like the cups this year or the mugs this year were different.
Oh.
So I had Brett got a beer, so he got that mug, and then I got a hot chocolate so that I could have the little cute mug. But that's
That's
me. What
funny.
about you?
Oh, jeez. Well, aside from all the usual chores and things to do, I'd say that with family, it's going to be in the outdoors. It's going to be camping. It's going to be on the boat. It's going to be something
Yeah,
like
you
that.
guys do a lot of fun stuff.
We don't,
Take a lot
I
of
mean,
fun trips.
yeah, we do. We don't go up north as much as you guys do.
Yeah.
But we have a dog. and dogs are not allowed up
Right.
north. So that's a problem.
Right.
And it gets expensive to keep her at the pokey all the time.
Yeah, I know. You gotta board that
So
thing.
I know. So yeah, we do a lot at home or close to home. Um, like we camp about an hour away where we have a seasonal site, and then we go all over the place. This year, I think we're gonna go to the Porcupine Mountains and do like a whole
Oh,
UP trip for 10 days. So
gosh, that'll be
that's
nice.
yeah, that's gonna be fun. And then we have got to slip for our boat, so we're
Right.
on the boat as much as we can be on in the summer. In the winter, we don't do as much. We'll try to do some trips. I think last year, what did we do for Christmas? We went to Chicago. So
Oh,
we
that's right.
did that, and I think
I
we've
wish you would
done
have gotten into that Buddy the Elf bar.
yes, that it's like a
That
pop-up
looks so
bar,
fun.
pop-up
Yeah.
restaurant.
Hmm.
But with the kids and the weight
Yeah.
and
Oh,
the
for
yeah,
sure. That's
that
something where
wasn't
like we have to let the
adults.
grandparents watch the
Yes,
kids and then we
yes,
can go.
yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
next year.
think that would be awesome.
That
Would
would
be
be fun.
very fun to do that. Yeah, so I mean, if it's just me, I'm a lot like you when we just chill on the couch
I just want to
quietly
chill, man.
with I eat and sleep. Like I
Yeah.
I'm still like and
I
I
feel
had to
like I'm not a
probably get
napper.
I'm not a napper, but being able to sleep in is different.
Oh, yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's different. Like that is
Yeah.
great. And I like to
I
stay
know.
up late.
I
Like
agree.
I'm a night owl,
Yeah.
so I don't want to be up early in
True.
the morning. I just want to get up when I get up, and I'll stay up until 1 o'clock in the morning, and we're good.
Yeah, see, that's the dream right there. Getting up when you naturally just will wake up.
Mm-hmm.
Not being woke up by a crying child or whatever. It's like just being able to wake up on your own and do whatever you want that day, honestly. You can do
Yeah,
absolutely nothing. Or you could go, to Target
I
or
know.
wherever the heck you like to
Alone.
go.
Target alone.
Alone.
Alone, alone, alone.
I was watching this reel and this girl posted, a video of her at Target with her shopping cart and her Starbucks, and it said the only thing that ruins a Target trip, and then she like pans over and her husband is walking right next to her. I'm like, that is so true. Whenever I go with Brett, he just is like rushing me, and I'm like,
Yeah,
excuse me.
you're
Like,
going
this
for
is
these
what we
things.
do here. Yeah. I was like,
Yes,
this is what Bo and I do here. Okay. You're
that's
not going to
funny.
ruin this for me. I was like, don't come next time
Yeah.
because
See, this
this
is
is
where I've
this is my
become one of
relaxation.
those pickup, like order pickups,
Oh, right.
because then I don't have to take the children in. Because if I go in with
Yeah.
my kids, it's like they both go in different directions and they want everything, and obviously they can't have everything. But it's just that it's draining to try to
Yeah.
like
With Bo,
get them to
I can just
stop.
pop him in the cart and he just looks
See,
at everything.
yes, and he likes to be out and about, so that's
Yeah,
nice.
he does. He's better when I'm doing something with him, for
Yes,
sure. He gets bored.
I I
Don't
don't.
blame you, buddy.
Know about the girls, but yeah, they want like I need shoes, I need a shirt, or I need this. I'm like, you don't need it. You want it. Well, I don't
Yeah.
have it. Well, that doesn't mean you need it. It's just
I
like,
know.
oh
It's
my
like
gosh.
us as adults have learned that. It's like we're saying all those same things in our head while we're shopping, and then we're like,
Right.
better not.
Right. So I have to
Better
like
not.
quit. I've got to do it for myself and while we're there. So yeah, it's exhausting. So I do the pickup all the time, and yeah, I don't get to go in very
Just
often.
easier.
It is
Yeah.
easier. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's a COVID
So
thing
on
too.
your day alone, you can go shopping in a store
Could go
on your
shopping in a
own.
store if I could ever get myself off the couch.
Yeah,
The
seriously.
couch is just
It's
so
like
nice right
if you
now.
don't have to leave, why? Why bother? Just be
Right. I don't
cozy.
like people. I mean, I do not like people. I don't like people today. So,
No.
yeah. But okay. So, how about let's hit this last one because we could
Sure.
ramble on forever with this. But let's talk about movies. So, what
Okay.
movie best like depicts your life, or what is your favorite movie? Um,
Hmm. You know, this can be a little tricky because
it
there's
could.
so many good ones. And if you have one in mind, feel free to go first.
I,
Um,
I do have one in
Go ahead.
mind. Okay.
Okay.
So, and this one is so it's couples retreat. Like this one, I
Right.
love it
Yes.
because it really, a few years ago, it was more relevant, but it's still, I really like it. It's just that adult life with younger
Mm-hmm.
kids. And I mean, it's not even the friendship that they all have within this movie. It's more of just looking at the dynamics between, having Grandpa Jim Jim coming in the middle of the night to
Right.
watch the kids to,
Mhm.
so they can go off on this, very spontaneous couples retreat that
Right.
turns into kind of therapy. And
Hmm.
it's almost like we really resonate with them because there's not an issue that you would say in our marriage, but when you go into something like that and look at it, I'm like, sure, there's things we could do better. There's all kinds of
Right.
stuff. But you don't see it. And it's like you're losing the connection with your spouse. And I
Right.
think that one, it always makes us laugh because obviously everybody in there, they're all comedians and it's great, but it's like a rom-com that's more based in reality, I guess. I mean, maybe not the
Yeah.
single side, but it's still pretty funny. So that would be where I would go with my favorite movie or themed movie for my life.
I like that.
What do you think?
Um, I
You're
feel like
still pondering.
mine. I feel like mine. I can't remember the name of the movie, and I know Sam call. It's with Katherine Heigl, and she gets pregnant.
Oh, it's knocked up.
Yeah, it's knocked up. But I don't
Knocked.
resonate so much with her in that movie,
That was.
but the sister,
I did not see that coming up or
you
coming out.
know, and like,
Okay. The one.
j-
y-
because like her kid, like she's got the two kids, but like her husband's kind of like this. Actually, sounds really bad, but and that's not how like Brett and I's marriage is. It's just I could resonate with her knowing like you feel like you have to do everything and like
the
they're just
perfection that
out.
she
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, like you feel like you have to do everything. You have to like have like the kids stuff together. You have to like mentally have all of your things together for what this kid needs or what your husband's doing or what you're doing. And your husband has like no care in the world and they're just like off playing fantasy football or
Go.
whatever and
Yeah.
and it's
Oh
just
my
like
gosh.
at the end though like he kind of like realizes like oh but it's just her humor in it, like her sarcastic
Yeah.
humor I feel like is how I can be sometimes with Brett when I'm a little irritated or something,
Yeah.
when he's like not doing enough in my book kind of thing. um so I feel like that kind of resonates a little bit. I mean, our marriage is great, like, but I just kind of was like,
Disclaimer.
I feel like, she, like, just her attitude in there when, you just feel like you're not getting enough help sometimes
Yeah.
and you have to have, like,
Well, care more.
conversation.
That's all it is. It's
Well,
just
right.
care
Yeah. Just
more.
care more.
I
Yeah.
mean,
That's
come on.
exactly kind of it. I was just like, oh my God, it kind of resonates. I feel like not so much now, but when we had, first had Bo and like, you had him, like, it's great. You think like, people don't talk about a lot of times, like how hard it is after, like on your marriage
Transition. Yeah.
sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
that transition. I feel like we kind of struggle with that a little bit. Um, and like everything's good now, but it took like just being able to like communicate with each other, and that's exactly like just care more. It's
Yeah.
like they do care. It's just like you need to like show me that you care more by maybe helping me with this or doing this and not just expecting me to do it because I've been doing it because it has to get done kind of thing.
Right.
So I feel
No,
like that
I
went real
didn't see
deep.
that. It did. And I love
That
it.
went
And it
deep.
makes sense. But I did not see that movie coming. So that's
I
funny.
really didn't either. So I'm like, I'm kind of surprised myself with that
That's
one.
funny. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, let's leave it there.
Hope you guys enjoy the podcast.
Yeah.
Listen in, tune
we'll
in,
have more, I guess,
ramblings.
ramblings coming your way, I'm sure. But this is at least an insight of what you're going to get from us in the next episodes. So I hope you will join. Thanks for joining us today on She's Got It Together. It's been a real journey sharing and laughing with you all.
We hope you're walking away with a smile on your face and a bit more confidence in your step.
Remember, you're not alone in this crazy ride called life. We're all in this together, one day at a time.
Don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review, and of course, share this podcast with all the incredible women in your life.
Join us next week for more stories, more laughs, and more real talk.
Until then, keep embracing your unique journey and remember, you've got it together more than you think.